Hey Jay,
Yeah, Jay.
what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. What should we talk about?
I don't know. It's been a while. What should we talk about?
Talk about sports, video games. We could talk about video games. I
I
know.
know.
Politics, 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 politics. Yes.
Hello everybody. Sorry it's going to be a blank screen for a second. I have just realized that how little I have done to prepare myself for things that I don't have anything saved. So let me get this sorted out here, guys. I'm sorry. Firefox. We want that one. There we go. And then we will go ahead and bring that up and get out of studio mode and welcome. Hopefully everybody can hear me. You will not be able to see me because, well, I don't have a camera set up. We're in the middle of moving. We've been in this apartment now for about a week, and wife is streaming over on her Twitch channel, and I'm over here, obviously. Well, let me take a look here. Like I said, this is pretty much just a test stream, so let's see. Do I have these set up? I hope I have them set up. Let's see here. Hey, there we go. Lower thirds. Gotta love them. So, I gotta work on chat windows and things like that getting locked into place, so. But how is everybody doing? Is the chat even up on this as a chat box? Let's see. Does that thing work? No, that's going off of Restream probably. Yeah. I'm not using Restream right now, but let's see if it works out here. Chatty, chat, dingle. Let's see if that comes over. I don't know if it's going to do that, but we'll see. If I have to, I can go and switch. I can go ahead and switch things around a bit if I have to. Properties. Copy. Control V. Okay. There we go. There we go. We got something working. Go back to there. Studio mode out. And I just thought we'd do 15, 20 minutes just chatting, seeing how things go. See how many people actually notice things. I should probably set up a tweet about this as well, because I'm just that much of an idiot that I forgot to do that. So let's go ahead and get to the link. Share, copy, and post to Waters. Hey, I'm doing a thing live on YouTube. Exclamation. And paste and select all, copy, post. And then if you're following me, and I'll have to get this worked out somehow, I'm over on Blue Sky Social as well, and we will make a post. Post. Sweet. I've officially made my first post on Blue Sky now. Anyways, so thought we'd discuss things, And what better place to go than Ground News? They are not a sponsor, though I would love to be sponsored. I just don't have the numbers yet to warrant them, but I find this is a very useful site, and what I love about it is the For You section here kind of like goes through things. And then I also love the blind spot, because then it tells you, okay, for the left, these are blind spots, where the right is talking about them, not the left, and vice versa. And this is kind of where I go to get my as balanced as I possibly can, given the fact that the media is all against you anyways. So, Democrat Andrew Salinas wins re-election in Oregon. Okay, no big deal. Democracy was the motivating factor for both Harris and Trump voters, but for very different reasons. That'll be an interesting one to read. Let's go over it. So this is from the AP, which is nice. Fairly centered, but not the best, not the worst. Oh, let's get rid of that. I'll put on some music. Tell me if it's too loud. Wonder if it's too loud for my voice right now. So, I should probably turn that one off. You can also check me out over on Twitch right here. So, there we go. Oh, we gotta get that to fade. That's gonna be another studio. Chat box. Properties. Let's see here. Don't really care for timestamps, don't care for badges. We don't need no stinking badges. Huh. I'll have to figure it out later. We're not going to worry about it. Alright, turn off studio mode. Alright, here we go. While inflation and immigration emerge as dominant themes for this year's presidential race, another issue was prominent in the minds of voters for both major candidates: the stakes for democracy. By the way, before I go any further, this was written by Gary Fields and Lindley Sanders and posted earlier today, about 10 a.m. my time. So, there we go. All right. Half of the voters identified democracy as the single most important motivating factor for their vote. That was higher than the share of voters who answered the same way about inflation and the situation with the U.S.-Mexico border, abortion policy, or free speech, according to the AP Votecast, surveying more than 120,000 voters nationwide. All right. Notably backers of Democrat Vice President Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris, and Republican Donald Trump, the president-elect, saw the issue from different perspectives. About 2/3 of the voters say that the future of the democracy was the most important factor in their votes. No other topic, not high prices, abortion policy, free speech, or the potential of the first woman to be elected as president, was a big factor for her supporters. Harris especially leaned into this message towards the end of her campaign. She said that Trump was a threat to undermine the country's founding ideals, and she called him a fascist. The sentiment was supported by former members of the first Trump administration who warned about his fitness for office. Trump refused the peaceful transfer of power while lying about his loss in the 2020 election to Joe Biden. And on January 6, 2021, Trump also directed a mob of his supporters to the Capitol after telling them to fight like hell. You can't see it, but I'm exacerbated on my face right now. When I think about it, and that's the thing, I gotta hear this for myself. So I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute, and I'm gonna listen to the music while I'm talking. But I'm gonna pull the stream up on my phone. So let's see here. Actually, if I hear it, I can hear it without you guys having to hear it. This way I can hear everything and not distract you, the viewer, later. All right. Okay. Okay, so that's a little loud. Turn that down a little bit, see if that affected it. Give me a minute, guys. We're just trying to figure things out, so you know how it goes. Huh. Interesting. I turned it almost all the way down. Yeah, that's all the way down now. So let's see if it's still going through. Let's turn it back up. Alright, so it's not going through. That's fine. I guess I'm just going to turn it down over here. And maybe get it on its own thing separate. So we'll see. We're just trying to figure things out. Yeah, no, we're going to cancel the music here, so. All right. That's all right. We'll figure it all out later, another time. This is the reason why we do test streams, to see how things work. So, all right. And there, we got that taken care of. Now we're going to turn off Bluetooth so my phone doesn't go through there. And there we go. We're back to being able to read the news. All right. So I read this part here about calling him a fascist. The whole point of my channel and the whole point of what I try to do is to express things in as neutral and as unbiased a position as possible. Whether you are actually a supporter of Trump or not, whether you think he's a fascist or not, I'm not going to expound upon it other than more than likely just a sigh of frustration, because there's more to, and this is why I should be writing, not actually doing any streaming right now, but this is why I am, how do I want to put this? This is why I should be writing. I have a blog post that I'm writing for my Substack. I'll have to get the API, or not the API, but the media logos and stuff so I can create lower thirds for everything. But the point being is that I really wish that we could actually have civil conversations. And I know it's hard. People are wound up emotionally into everything to the point where you can't have civilized conversation without somebody being like, well, I can have a civilized conversation as long as you agree with me and not, blah, blah, blah. So, all right. And I've read this part too. Audrey Wesley, 90, of Minneapolis, cites Trump's legal cases and his disregard for the law as one of the reasons she supported Harris. Our system is broken. Wesley said one thing that troubled her most was Project 2025, a detailed conservative blueprint for the next Republican administration. Trump has said that he had not read the report, even though many members of his first administration had a hand in creating it. Yeah, guess what? That is perfectly plausible. You don't have to read or even follow the people that you used to employ. I mean, that's just a given, I would think, but whatever. All right, let's see here. That's very scary, as that's what he wants to do. No, that's not exactly what he wants to do, but the idea that democracy is under attack has also motivated Trump supporters, but in a starkly different way. About 1/3 of his supporters said democracy was the most important factor for voting. A further breakdown of the survey found that 9 in 10 Harris voters who indicated democracy was the single most important factor in their vote were somewhat or very concerned that electing Trump would bring the country closer to authoritarianism. About 8 in 10 Trump voters felt like electing Harris would bring the country closer to authoritarianism. Democracy voters who support Harris and Trump were equally concerned about the opposing candidates' views were too extreme. I don't necessarily agree with that, but the findings followed a consistent pattern in a recent AP Votecast and the Associated Press Newark Center of Public Affairs Research. While democracy's future has been one of few crossover concerns among the fractured electorate, people have differed on why they're worried about it and who is responsible for that threat. Debbie Dooley, 66, and the co-founder of the Tea Party movement, had several important factors in her voting decision, all leading to concern over what would happen with the country under a Democratic administration. We've had it for the last 4 years. You know what it is. I think it was Thomas Jefferson who said that people fear their government, who said that when people fear their government, there's tyranny. She said, and we had tyranny under the Biden-Harris machine. But you kind of get the point here, everybody. That this is just what it is. People on both sides are fearful of the other. So that's one article that we can look at here. And this was, the right wasn't reading it, but the left was. So, and its center's reading it fairly accurately. This blind spot with Maher, quoting Bill Maher from the Post Millennial. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree that it's mixed. I agree that it's mixed factually. I don't necessarily agree that it's entirely right, but I can understand the bias, why people think that way. So it is what it is. Bill Maher reacts to Trump win and tells Democratic Party losers, look in the mirror. Well, I agree. The whole reason that, the Democratic Party lost this entire race is because of how they treat people. There's so much of an elitist attitude that we know best, we are the most educated, we are the most da 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 da, and it stares you right in the face. Is like, well, if you're gonna keep putting me down, because I'm not as educated as you, or I'm not as well informed as you, then why not just base my opinions on what I feel is correct? And I had a discussion of about a month ago with some people on Twitter about media literacy and how the media lies to you. And it doesn't matter what side your political bias with the media is. I mean, the AP can lie all the way over to, MSNBC, all the way over to Fox News, Breitbart, etc. I mean, journalism has become less and less about facts and more about sensationalization. If it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead. If it doesn't bleed, it's not even going to get mentioned hardly at all. And when it does get mentioned, it will be very biased depending on who wants to know, or who wants to read the stories, and who wants to write about the stories. So, but Ground News is one of my favorite news aggregates that I find quite endearing. Oh, View International blind spot. Oh, here you go. Iran foreign minister denies plot to kill Trump, urges confidence building with the U.S. Frustration grows in Ukraine over the delayed UK missile supply. Russian open to hearing Trump proposals for ending the war. These are so interesting, the blind spots for people. So, and if you follow anybody who actually uses Ground News and pays attention to it and utilizes it, you have the various editions here as well. And what is this? Oh, that's Dissenter. I haven't used Dissenter in forever. Okay. Wait, did that even pop up? No, that doesn't pop up. So, with that, this is just a quick test stream. So, like I said, so far, it's saying I have only skipped 2 frames, and I have a missing average of 77, or not average. I've missed 77 frames due to rendering lag. And I'm sending this out at 24 frames per second, or 23.98, so 24. But, this is just a simple, quick stream and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to have to go and cook some dinner. So with that, I gotta figure out a way of ending my streams. I done everything. See you in the next one. Peace. All these things with the camera, and I don't have a camera right now. So not that I want to show you the hellhole that is my room, but I think we can manage. I think we can take care of things. Ooh, didn't see this here. 5 wounded in shooting in Virginia restaurant. Let's go here. Oh, and it's in Lynchburg, of course. Officers responded to shots called fired late Friday at BB's Spa in Lynchburg. They found 3 adults at the scene with gunshot wounds who were treated and taken to the hospital. Shortly afterward, 2 more adults arrived at the hospital with gunshot wounds stemming from the same incident. Police said all the wounded were expected to cover. No other information was released. Yada yada yada. Interesting. So, I just find this site so gratifying. So, all right, we are going to sorry, I got distracted by the Donald Trump headline of the migrants crossing the Darien herd. Donald Trump's victory and picked up the pace. Anyways, long story short, let's move on. And hopefully I'll start streaming a little more frequently. Be making video content now that it's just me and my wife. We are in an apartment together, and I can take time to do recordings and things like that. And yeah, take care, everybody. Peace. I did it again. I ended my Twitch stream with peace and hold up the peace sign like I'm holding it up to the camera. What a moron I am. And where is the